Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Angela, and I came across a tag by it wasn't by I don't it may have been the Stitchin Witch that did the tag. It's called hashtag your perfect deck tag. Yeah, I think it was her that did it. I printed off the website or the YouTube channel. But there's 9 prompts, and it's basically breaking down the different aspects of a tarot deck and seeing what your favorite thing is. Like the first one will be, what kind of theme would your deck have? Number 2, what kind of cardstock and finishes would you choose? Okay, and it's just various things like that. So I decided to go ahead and do it, and I basically picked a deck that shows off that specific question. So and there's 9 prompts. I have 2 on prompt 3, but we'll get there. So for prompt 1, and I'll post her link below when this uploads as well. We're looking at April 3rd today. Yeah, it's closing in on the end of April 3rd, 2023. So here we go. So the first question is, what kind of theme would your deck have? And I don't have a tarot deck that really goes with the theme I have in mind for a deck, but the closest one would be the Tarot of the Hidden Realm. And I've edged it in different colors myself. This is the back. It's published by Llewellyn. Julia Jeffrey is the creator. Barbara Moore is the writer of the book. Llewellyn. This deck is stunning. I love it. It's one of the first few I bought back in the day. And it has this, it's a very fairy or fae themed. But it's just got this darker twist to it. And I can see that's more the appeal to me, is this darker energy to me. Not necessarily fairies, but I do love fairies. But this more darker energy, this more wild energy is what I feel in this deck. And that's the theme I would try to have in my deck if I had a tarot deck. Would be the wildness of things, the wildness of nature, the wildness of animals, just this wild, carefree feeling, and that's what this deck does for me. And it's, of course, stunning in the process, because as you can see, it's gorgeous. But that's the closest I could come up with for the theme of my deck, would be this wildling kind of wildness. And I love it. So that was question 1. Question 2 is, what kind of cardstock and finishes would you choose? Actually, I have 2 for this one, not 3. So for the cardstock itself, and I've put it in a pouch. I've had this forever. This is the Bone Stone and Earth Flesh Tarot. It is a matte cardstock. I love the shimmy. And let's not forget, I couldn't do it there, but it shuffles amazing, too. It has a great shuffle ability. And it's this great matte cardstock with this. I love the tactile feel and sound of it. I also have the Super Linares that has the same cardstock. The Sacred Journey of the Sacred Bee also has the same cardstock, but they're bigger cards. It's, I don't know what it is, but this is my favorite cardstock. Of all the decks I have, this is the favorite cardstock. Look how stunning that is. Sanatorian, come on. Beautiful. Beautiful. So that is the cardstock right there. If I were to have a wildling deck, it would have that cardstock. Okay. Let me take a drink here. So, since we're talking about finishes, that's why I picked a second one for this one. It is the second edition of the Meraki Tarot. It has a rose petal finished matte cardstock to it. So all the extra cards. But it has a nice matte green edging too. If I were to pick a edging color, it would probably be a forest green, which would match the wildness feeling of the deck. But it would be this nice matte cardstock. The other edges like this would be the True Black Tarot has this kind of edging. The first edition of the Meraki Tarot has the black matte, silk matte. It's like a silk matte edging. My Elemental Wisdom, the Slavic Legends, they all have this beautiful feeling matte edging, and I just love it. So if I had a Wildlings deck, I think I would call it the Wildlings too. It would be with the Bonestone and Earthwish cardstock, but with this a dark, deep, foresty green matte edging. Like that. Beautiful. So that was question 2. Question 3. Borders or no borders? And for that, one of the decks I'm currently working with, we have the Smith Waite Tarot deck, borderless edition. Because I'm all about no borders. All about. And it's just ironic that I pulled this deck out with no borders, because the very first deck I ever bought, here's the backs, was the Radiant Rider-Waite Smith, and it has these huge white hideous borders. I hate them. And I never really used or bonded with that deck, and I think part of the big issue was I could not get past the stark white borders. Now here, like the title card has white borders, but it's almost like an off-white, like an antique white. Whereas the Radiant Rider-Waite Smith, the colors were so bold and bright, but there was these stark white edges, and I'm like, and they weren't like thin edges, they were thick, and I'm like, I hate this because it distracts to me from the images. Now, that's not to say I don't have decks that have borders that I don't mind. I have the Encore Tarot. It has borders on it. I love it. I don't mind them. There are exceptions to the rules, but as a rule, borderless is the way to go for me. Every time. And it's funny because a lot of my decks are low scale barrel, and they are known for borders. So that was question 3. Borders or no borders, and then I chose no borders. So for number 4, Tarot, Oracle, or Lenormand. So my Wildlings deck would probably be a Tarot. I love Oracle, and Oracle is was the kind of divination deck I bonded to first. But my soul deck is the Lightseers Tarot. So, of course, I'm going to go Tarot. I would go Tarot. I'm glad I don't have to choose, because I would be hard-pressed to actually have to choose in real life between Oracle and Tarot, because I love my Oracle decks as much as I love my Tarot. I've edged this one in a green it's kind of looking blue on the camera, but it's a green to match the coloring in the deck. I also do like this cardstock as well, by Hay House. And of course, it's a stunning deck. The colors are vibrant. It's borderless. It's beautiful. like it touches all my pluses. This deck does. Get it. And because I'm a riffle shuffler, this is one of the major things. Oh yeah. Awesome. And everybody has this deck because they know what I know. It's an amazing, amazing, amazing reader. But this is my soul deck. It's the one deck, if I could have no other, it would be this deck. And then deck 2 would be the Bone, Stone, and Earth Flesh Tarot that I've already shown you. And I've said that a million times. Okay, so that's number 4. Number 5, would you include keywords, title phrases, or mantras? And I only have a few tarot decks that have keywords on them. And the first one I thought of was the Wandering Star Tarot by Kat Pierce. This is also a Hay House deck, just like the last years. And I haven't been saying where they're at. This one is U.S. Games, I think. Yeah, U.S. Games. Borderless. I don't think the rest were indie. Except for the first one, which I showed you. It was Llewellyn. But, again, we got the awesome shuffle. Here's the backs. And it has keywords, but they're woven in. So choice, instinct, passion, extremes. Beautiful. It's kind of around the top. So they're woven in, so you don't really, unless you're looking for them, they're not going to detract from the beauty of the cards. And again, we have beautiful, nice, bright, vibrant cards. They're stunning. I love this deck as well. I love me some Hay House decks, y'all. I love, love, love these black backgrounds with the pinks and the pastels. It's beautiful. And we have here, where's the keywords on this one? Right there in the picture. So see, they're all in different spots too, which I think is cool. It's literally woven into the image. So it's not taking away from anything. But this is a beautiful deck. I don't use it as much as I thought I would, but I use it enough to know it's cool, cool, cool. Especially this would be great for beginners with the keywords. Really good, and it's pretty to look at. And again, well, it's got borders, but they're not really dark, and they're kind of like the off-white again. They're not really thick borders. But that is a beautiful deck. Wandering Star Tarot. So I would, if I were to have keywords, I would have keywords, first of all, not keywords, title phrases, not title phrases or mantras. I would have keywords. And I would have them woven into my wildlings. So it doesn't detract from the beauty of the artwork. So number 6 is, what kind of packaging would you like your deck to come in? And the one I saw, the first one I thought of was my 5-cent tarot. It comes in this nice bag. Where's the, and it's like a velvet, beautiful. And then it's got a magnetic flip box, and everything pops out. Got a beautiful, nice inside here. And we got a book with it, and it's just enough information. I mean, I like my ones with the thicker books, but for compact reasons and space reasons in my tarot cabinet, this is perfect. It's got this linen purple cards, linen purple edges. Just realized this one also has keywords. I mean, it just dawned on me that I picked 2 decks in a row that have keywords. But I love this one because it has keywords in reverse and upright. So if you flip it around, it's going to give you the negative or the reverse keywords. But the packaging it comes in is spot on for me. And I like most of my decks. The Journey of the Sacred Bee, the Wisdom of the Sacred Bee, the Keeper of the Sacred Bee, all have the same type of magnetic box. Everything fits in one little space, and you can throw it in your bag and go if you're leaving the house with it, too. So that is the 5-cent tarot. This is the second edition. It's an indie deck also. Gorgeous. Okay. Moving on. Only got 2 decks left. No, 3 decks. So, number 7, what kind of art or which artist would you choose for your deck? And you guys probably already know the answer to this because it's always going to be Anatorian. This is her Tarot of the Abyss. She did the Bonestone or art for the Bonestone and Earthflesh Tarot, which I've already shown you. This is a US Games deck. Shuffle's amazing. It's got borders on the back, but the fronts are borderless. It is a black and white deck, which is not typical for me, but like all of her artwork, this deck moves me to a deeper level of understanding. It's amazing. Amazing. And look at that tower. I mean, come on. The detail of that literally like falling off the cliff or becoming uprooted, just... And then this, I've talked about the 5 of Pentacles, where they're actually, looks like they're actually being turned away. And that gives it a whole other string of conscious thought of like, they're consciously taking them to the curb. Yeah, this deck is amazing. And I don't use it nearly as much as I should just because I've been a lot of her decks precious. So I think I need to get over that because this is an amazing deck. But I don't remember what the question was. What kind of art so it would be art like this and it would be Anatorian would be the artist. Hands down, no question about it. So, for question 8, indie or mass market? And I would say in mass market just because it's so much easier for the everyday Joe who doesn't make as much as or can't afford an indie deck to get a mass market deck. And the deck that screamed at me and said, you better use me for this, even though there's no keywords, it's got borders, I can't shuffle it that great, is the Zombie Tarot. I adore this deck. And it was $14 on Amazon when I bought it. The book alone is worth that. It's got these little things in the back. Oh my God. Get your very own trained zombie at Dead Marts. Under Armour, survival lessons, military grade. There's zombie gun in here, so you don't smell like a zombie, even though you are one. Rot away. I mean, it's amazing. This deck, see, I mean, I can shuffle it. It's just a thicker cardstock. Yeah, it doesn't always shuffle the greatest. These are the backs. I love this deck. Love it to pieces. It's stunning. And it was $14, and I cannot believe that it was $14, honestly. And I'm almost out of time. I have 1 deck left. But that is the Zombie Tarot. Mass market, still really cheap online, and I love it to pieces. And it was, to me, it's well worth more than $14. Last one. Hope I can get through this. So, what other priorities would you like to include in your deck? Diversity, different formats, guidebook, languages, etc. And the only thing I could think of was the guidebook in this deck. This is the Fire Door Pavlov Tarot. Look at the guidebook. It's hardback. It's big. It's thick. It's got all this meaty stuff. It's got little colored thumbnails at the top. Oh, it's stunning. The cardstock is amazing. Shuffles like a dream. Does have gilding. It does have borders, but I don't care. It's stunning, and it's well worth it's higher end, but it's worth it. The quality of the box, the deck, the book, stunning. So, yeah. Fyodor Pavlov Tarot. So that is my VR to the Stitchin Witch. Look at that. Printing on the string. That's so stunning. And I will post her link below. Look how beautiful it is. I mean, it's stunning. This is, I think, $47, and it's US games also. But if you guys like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe, and don't forget to hit that notification button so you're alerted to any future videos, and y'all have a good night.